Hello, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe to Hush Ledger. Now, let's begin. Story 1. My wife called me by another man's name, and I answered. I've been married to Lena for 7 years. We've had our ups and downs, fights about bills, her late nights at the office, my travel schedule, but we've always found our way back. Or at least I thought we did. This happened on a Sunday morning in late March. The kind of gray, still morning that feels like the world's holding its breath. I woke up to the sound of Lena making coffee. The smell drifted down the hall, dark roast and the faint sweetness of the hazelnut creamer she loves. I padded into the kitchen, half asleep, and grabbed a mug. She smiled at me, the corner of her lip twitching like she was thinking of something funny. Then she said it. Morning, Daniel. My name isn't Daniel. It's Mark. And before I could say anything, I answered. I said, morning. Just like that. Automatic. The air felt heavy immediately after. She froze. I saw it in her eyes first. Confusion, then realization, then something else. Fear, maybe. She blinked too much, held the mug tighter, then gave a little awkward laugh, like she wanted to move past it. Oh, sorry, she said. I don't know why I called you that. But her voice was thin, shaky. I try to make light of it. Guess it's too early for both of us. She didn't say anything back. The rest of that day felt off. She was quiet, watching me more than usual. Her eyes lingered when I was doing something simple, like washing a plate or tying my shoes. Once, I caught her staring at me from the hallway mirror. Our eyes met in the reflection, and she pretended to be fixing her hair. By evening, the silence in our house felt like static. I couldn't take it anymore. Who's Daniel? I asked. Her spoon froze halfway to her mouth. The soup dripped down, steaming. She didn't answer. Lena. She finally looked up. You don't remember? The way she said it, soft, confused, almost pitying, sent a chill through me. What do you mean? I don't remember. She put the spoon down. Her hands were trembling slightly. Mark, please don't do this again. We've talked about it. After the accident, sometimes you forget things. Dr. Evans said it might happen. I felt my jaw go slack. What accident? Now she started crying, full-on sobbing. She ran to me, put her hands on my face, whispering, please don't start this again. Her skin was cold. She smelled like lavender lotion and fear. My heart started hammering. Lena, I haven't had an accident. What the hell are you talking about? She shook her head, muttering, It's okay, Daniel, it's okay. You're safe. You're home. I pushed her hand away, harder than I meant to. She gasped, stepping back. Something inside me twisted. My reflection in the microwave door caught my eye, and for a split second, I didn't recognize my own face. It wasn't like some dramatic Hollywood moment. There was no monster staring back at me, but the eyes staring from that glass, they weren't mine. The expression was off. The posture, even the way my mouth moved when I said my name. I'm Mark. Didn't look right. I went into the bathroom and locked the door. There was a scar behind my right ear I didn't remember. A faint white line, like an incision. My pulse started thudding in my ears. I pressed the spot, and a dull ache spread through my neck like touching a bruise. Then, for half a second, I swear I heard something. A faint electric click. I didn't sleep that night. Lena sat outside the bathroom, murmuring through the door, trying to calm me down. "It's okay, Daniel. The doctor said it takes time. I love you. Please come out." She used that name again. Daniel. I waited until after midnight to slip out. I grabbed my wallet and started my car. My license said Mark Henson. My face matched the photo. Everything looked right, rational, normal, until I drove past the clinic near the edge of town. The one with the glowing sign that read Neurorestorative Technologies. The gate was half open. I don't remember turning into the lot or walking up to the building. Just the fluorescent hum, the sterile smell of cleaning supplies, and the woman at the reception desk handing me a clipboard like I belonged there. "Good evening, Mr. Rowe," she said. "Daniel Rowe." Her voice didn't even hesitate. My legs locked in place. I wanted to scream, to run, but my throat just shut. She looked up, smiling that bland receptionist smile. "Are you ready for your recalibration session?" I haven't been home since. Sometimes I get flashes, bits of memory that don't belong to me. A vacation in Maine, a wedding I don't remember attending, a child's voice calling me dad. Maybe Lena was right. Maybe my name really is Daniel. But when I look in the mirror now, I see two faces, mine and his, and one of us is starting to fade. Sometimes, when I close my eyes, I hear her whisper through the dark, "Welcome back, Daniel." Story 2. The Man Who Knew My Passwords. I moved into the apartment above the tattoo parlor because it was cheap. That should have been my first warning sign. The place smelled faintly of disinfectant and burnt coffee, and at night, the hum of tattoo machines leaked through the vents like trapped hornets. But I didn't mind. I needed quiet anonymity. I just left a long-term relationship. 5 years gone in a week. I didn't take much with me. Just my clothes, laptop, and a half-dead snake plant named Clyde. The apartment was small. Cheap blinds, flickering bathroom light, the sound of the pipes breathing heavy whenever someone showered downstairs. It felt empty in a good way. A clean slate. Except the second night, I noticed something strange. My laptop was already logged in. I'd gone out to buy groceries late that evening, milk, cereal, some frozen dinners. And when I came back, the screen was awake, my desktop open. No password prompt. I brushed it off, figured I must have left it on. But then I saw it. A new folder on my desktop, titled simply, "Hello." Inside were screenshots of my emails, my bank app, even a message chain between me and my ex, taken from my phone somehow. For a solid minute, I couldn't breathe. I felt exposed in a way I can't describe, like someone had stripped the skin right off me. I went through the building the next morning, looking for the landlord, a thin man named Frank. His office smelled like onions and printer ink. When I told him someone had broken in, he adjusted his bifocals and nodded slowly. "Nah," he said. "Only you got the key. Locks are new." He sounded unconcerned. Worse, bored. When I insisted, he sighed, handed me a spare deadbolt, and said, "If someone wants in, they'll get in. City's full of ghosts." He smiled when he said that. That night, I changed all my passwords. Every one. Burned them into paper, stored it in my wallet. Then I installed a free webcam motion alert app. At around 3:14 a.m., my phone buzzed. Motion detected. My heart thudded against my ribs so loud I could hear it in the darkness. I reached for the light switch, but stopped halfway. On the screen, a grainy black and white image showed someone sitting at my desk, wearing my hoodie, using my laptop. Their head was tilted slightly, like they were concentrating. But what froze me, absolutely froze me, was that their posture was identical to mine when I worked. Same hunch, same way I tapped my finger against the mouse pad. I stared, unable to move, watching this doppelganger scroll through my files with surgical precision. Then it stopped, looked straight into the camera, and smiled. It was my smile. I called the police. They came 20 minutes later, checked every room. Nothing. No forced entry. No footprints. No one on the stairwell security feed either. They filed a report and told me to get a better lock. That morning, I found a sticky note on my desk. The handwriting looked exactly like mine. It said, "You should have never changed the passwords." For the next week, I barely slept. I started hearing faint sounds in the apartment above me, even though I was the top floor unit. Knocks, a chair scraping, the faint click of keys being pressed in rhythm with my own work. I decided to set up 2 cameras, one facing the desk, one toward my bed. The feed ran through an app on my phone. I left both cameras recording one night, pretending to sleep. Around 2:50 a.m., I heard the unmistakable creak of my desk chair. I turned my head, slowly, carefully, and saw the faint glow of the monitor reflected on the wall. There was someone there again, sitting at my desk. This time I watched. I didn't move, didn't breathe. They opened my social media. Type a post in my name. Word for word, it said, "I'm awake, but I don't think I'm alone in here." Then, as if on cue, the thing turned and looked at me. Its face was mine, but the expression wasn't. It looked disappointed, almost pitying. It stood up and spoke in my voice. The same pitch, same inflection, perfectly matched. "Stop pretending," it said. "You know this isn't your life anymore." The screen on my phone went static. When I got up and turned the light on, the chair was empty. Except on the seat was my wallet. Open. The paper where I'd written my passwords was gone. In its place was another sticky note. "Thank you. You're free now." The next morning, every one of my accounts had been deleted. Photos, bank info, everything gone. I tried calling my ex, telling her what had happened. She answered, but before I could say a word, she said softly, "You already told me all this last week. Why are you calling again?" I hadn't spoken to her in months. I don't know if someone replaced me online or if I was never the one behind a keyboard to begin with. But when I look at my reflection now, there's always a half-second delay. Like it's still learning how to move. And sometimes it smiles first. Story 3. The woman in my house said she was me. It started on a Wednesday, which feels wrong somehow because Wednesdays are supposed to be uneventful. But I guess that's how horror really works. Quiet days breaking in half. I was working from home that morning, sitting at the dining table with 2 screens and a mug of instant coffee that tasted like burnt paper. I remember checking an email when I heard the front door open. The sound was soft but clear. The metallic clink of the deadbolt turning, the low thud of the door against the wall. I froze. I live alone. I grabbed the nearest thing, a ceramic mug, and stood up, heart pounding so hard my vision pulsed with it. "Hello," I called. A voice answered. My voice. "Hello." It came from the hallway. I stepped forward, slowly, feeling the cool air coming through the open door. The smell hit me before I saw anything. Faint shampoo, lavender, and cedarwood. The same scent I'd used that morning. And then she walked in. Same height, same hair, same dark circles under the eyes. Even the same small scar under the chin I'd gotten from falling off my bike when I was 9. She froze when she saw me. Her eyes widened, and for a long second, we just stared at each other like a mirror that refused to sink. She looked terrified. Then she said, "What are you doing in my house?" I felt my throat go dry. "Your house." I said, "This is my place." She shook her head, fumbling in her pocket, pulled out a set of keys. Identical keychain. Same chipped plastic tag from my old gym. I thought I was losing my mind. We went back and forth for a minute, arguing quietly until I asked, "Let me see your ID." She hesitated, then pulled out her wallet. It was the same as mine. Same ID photo. Same name. Same driver's license number. It even looked worn in the same places. Creases where it had bent against jean pockets. A faded ink smudge in the corner. That's when something broke in the air between us. We both backed away. Her eyes darted around the room like she was seeing duplicates everywhere. Same couch, same chipped coffee mug on the counter. I tried to find logic, but logic was gone. She whispered, "You shouldn't be here." Not again. Again. Before I could ask what she meant, she turned and bolted out the door. I chased her downstairs, the sound of her footsteps echoing off the stairwell concrete. But by the time I burst into the parking lot, it was empty. The sunlight burned in my eyes, too bright, too loud somehow. When I came back upstairs, the door was closed, locked from the inside. There were 2 half-filled mugs on the table, both still warm. That night, I hardly slept. Every shadow in the apartment felt pregnant with movement. Every creak in the walls like a whisper. Around 3 a.m., I got up to check the locks again. That's when I noticed it. Someone had drawn a small black X on the inside of my front door. At first, I thought it was dirt. But when I leaned closer, I saw it had been carved, thin, deliberate scratches into the paint, right beside the deadbolt. The next morning, I couldn't find my keys. Later that day, my landlord called, saying a woman had locked herself out of my apartment. He'd let her in using the master key, like he'd done it for me. He sounded confused, said, "Didn't you just call me an hour ago?" I hadn't. When I got home, everything was moved. Not by much, but wrong. My toothbrush was wet. My blanket turned down. My phone charger plugged into the wall on the right side of the bed, which I never used. That night, I found her again, in the reflection of the living room window, blurred in the glass. She was standing right behind me, whispering words I couldn't quite hear. Her mouth was moving too fast, too soft. I turned, nothing, but the whispering continued. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. A text. "Stop changing the locks. This is my life too." The messages didn't stop after that. Photos of me sleeping, me brushing my teeth, me and my laptop. The timestamps never matched when I was actually there. It was like they were taken in between seconds. The police didn't believe me, but the officer did notice something strange when he ran my ID. It had been reissued 3 weeks earlier for someone else with the same photo and information. They said it must be a clerical error. I stopped arguing when I realized the officer's badge number was the same as the one on a citation I'd gotten months ago, and that officer had a completely different face. I packed that night, left everything except my phone and wallet. I don't go home anymore, wherever home is, but sometimes when I stay at a motel or Airbnb, there's always another key waiting at the check-in desk, already labeled with my name. And when I open the door, sometimes I hear someone moving in the next room, breathing in time with mine. And if I stand still long enough, they stop whispering because they're listening. If you have a story you'd like to share with the Ledger, send it to our email. The link is in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more true horror stories every week. You're not just listening, you're bearing witness. Good night.